Welcome to All Farm.
No matter what you call them, these freshwater crustaceans are making big waves with hungry Texans. John Gaulding has been raising these tasty shellfish for almost 25 years, giving folks between Houston and Beaumont an excuse for a social gathering.
It's a good way to get together as a family, friends, just a little opportunity to get together, have a good boil. You can sit around the table and spend time visiting.
John and his son Alan are primarily rice farmers, but in 1990 they added crawfish to their resume, and Southeast Texas Crawfish Farm was born. The Gauldings reflood their fields after the first cutting of rice every year so the grain can regrow. Crawfish need water and a good source of food, so these flooded fields make a perfect breeding ground. About 150 of their acres will be set aside to grow these freshwater lobsters, many of which are already in the rice fields, burrowed into the ground, just waiting for the water to flow. Plus, they will stock the ponds when needed.
We'll stock in the fall season when we get our fields reflooded. As it gets cold, a lot of times the crawfish will go back down in the ground. Then they'll come out as it warms up and start feeding and reproducing. We'll let them get to a decent size, and we usually start our harvest around the 1st of March.
Early every morning from March to June, the Gauldings launch flat-bottom boats into their flooded fields and reap their freshwater harvest. The tops of the triangular crawfish traps barely stick out of the 18 inches of water. They pick up each trap, dump the crawfish, rebait, and stick it back in the ground. Before you know it, you have a boatload of farm-raised red swamp crawfish. But they aren't done yet. Once back on shore, these massive tubs of mud bugs are dumped into purging tanks. After about 3 hours of soaking in circulating well water, they are ready to sag. This purging process is what sets Texas crawfish apart from its Louisiana cousins.
They don't purge their crawfish. They never have. They've always eaten them that way, so that's just the way they do it. People in Texas tend to like it better purged. It gives you a good clean crawfish. Not only that, it allows the crawfish to cleanse itself on the inside, so you don't have a gritty taste when you eat crawfish. You have a good clean taste, and a lot of people say it also gives it a sweeter taste.
By the end of this season, John hopes to harvest about 40,000 pounds of crawfish, an average year. After being sorted, sacked, and cooled, they are ready to sell. Whether boiled, fried, or etouffeed, these Cajun crustaceans are in high demand. Folks travel for miles and hours for a sack of Southeast Texas crawfish. While they do sell some wholesale, most of their customers are retail, no doubt getting ready for a backyard boil.
We try to give them a good product. Obviously, return drive-up traffic is important to us, so we like to give them what they want. They seem to like that.
For TFB News, Ed Wolf, Hampshire.
Yeah. Still moving a little bit. Man, barely. He's still. All right, guys, Casey Blaze here, and this is our first crawfish of the season. And I got the sack of crawfish in the ice chest right now, and what I'm doing right now is I fill it up with water, and then I stir it up to make sure we get all the mud and stuff out of there. Checking for dead ones, tossing the dead ones. If you think, when you hold them upside down and their legs will start moving like this, then you know they're alive. Also picking the grass out of here, whatever grass I can. That's a nice one, not too shabby. This one's he's seen better days. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of working them. And you say, man, you sticking your hand in there, you ain't getting bit. Well, yeah, sometimes you get, sometimes they bite you, but you got to move fast. You can't play around and dilly-dally with the crawfish, because they will snap you. And it's like a hard pinch. That one looks like he's still alive. I might have threw one back that didn't know to go back. All right, Caleb, what we're going to do is we're going to put the purge to them. So go ahead and grab that salt. Now you all know, yeah, go ahead and sprinkle it all over in there. You all know we put salt in here, and this salt, once we clean the outside of the shell, get all the mud off, because I mean, these dudes have been living in a dirty, muddy pond all their life. And they don't like the salt. They can't stand the salt. And the salt just aggravates the hell out of them. So what they do is they start throwing up. Peeing and pooing and throwing up. And this cleans their system. And that's what we call purging the crawfish. Purging their system of all the nastiness that they've been eating over the past several months of their life. So once we got the salt on there, then we're going to run the water and clean them off. And this will be the last. We've already rinsed them off, what, 3 times, Caleb? Yeah. So this is the fourth time that we gonna fill this thing up, and it'll be nice and clean. Because let's face it, nobody wants to take these mud bugs straight out of the ground and boil them. I mean, that's just, if you think about it like that, that's just nasty. That's not what we do. We clean them really good before we boil them. Oh yeah, we're getting the water ready now, baby. Getting her heated up. All right, guys. Here we go. Fixing to load up this crawfish. Put it in the water. This is what y'all like to see. Oh yeah, they don't last long once they hit that water.
They already did.
They're all dead now.
Got to see about
Once
that.
that water starts boiling, we're going to set our stopwatch for 5 minutes. Let it cook for 5 minutes. After that, we shut the fire off and we just let it sit for about 15 minutes until they sink. Once they sink, they're ready to go. So we're going to let it boil. All right, now, here we go. The water is boiling. The timer is on. Boiling our crawfish now, baby. All right, guys, so the boil is done. The 5 minutes is finished. Turn the fire off. Now we're just going to let these things sit in here just for a second. Let the juices sink in, get all up in that shell, and that's what you call marination time for about 15-20 minutes. There we go. All right. Now they're not so puffy and all at the top. They've kind of sunken. Now this is very important that you don't let them sit in. Now we're pulling them out. It's important that you don't let them sit in here and soak too long, because then they become hard to peel. And that's the tricky part right there. You pull them out too fast and there's no flavor, because you put all that spice and stuff in the water for what? For nothing. You pull them out too fast, it's not flavorful enough. If you let them soak in here too long, then they're just hard to peel. Y'all like my paddle? Take a look at that big paddle. That's my stirring paddle. My setup here. Got my little ice chest where I'm gonna dump them. My propane and my pot. 100-quart pot we got here. So in case you think, you're asking yourself, how big is that little pot? That's a 100-quart pot right there. So all right, we're gonna pull these crawfish out and dump them in the ice chest. Y'all liking that? It's looking good, huh? Man, that's a nice sight right there, huh? I wish that camera had nostrils. You could just smell how good that's gonna taste. Yeah, just in time. All right, so we pull the pot, the basket out, and we're gonna let them drain for a second. And once the water's kind of all drained, then we're gonna dump it in there. And I think that's actually pretty good right there.
Pretty.
These are gorgeous. So you gotta have some gloves. You can't be doing this barehanded. You can hurt yourself. So So you ask yourself, what time is it? Crawfish time. So we got our corn and potatoes in there. Got our potatoes mixed in. Oh yeah, that's perfect. There you go. And that's going to be supper tonight, guys and gals. We'll come back and show you how to peel a crawfish in just a little bit. Talk to you later. Alright, we got, this is my daughter Tori and her friend Giggles. And Giggles is from, where are you from, Giggles?
Colorado.
Colorado, and you've never had crawfish before, is that right? Or you have, but...
I have. I tried it.
You tried it? Now, Tori just put this platter of crawfish right in front of you. What was that question? I thought I heard you ask a question. What was that question?
If they were alive.
You asked if these crawfish are alive?
I just killed it, obviously.
Wow. She said, ew. Now this is a true northerner who's scared of boiled crawfish because they may be alive. Unbelievable. You learn something new every day, folks.
They still have eyes.
Well, yeah, the eyes are boiled though. She said,
hurt?
They still have eyes. Well, yeah. The eyes are just little black dots. All right, Giggles. We appreciate it. Thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.
Nothing's going to waste here. This is our trash pile as we shuck these shells. Peel this. Crawfish are easy to peel today, huh?
And very little.
Yeah, they are little. There's some little. It's still early in the season. This is our first batch of the season. But they are tasty. I think we did a good job getting them all seasoned up.
Good idea today.
Yeah, the wind was hitting me just perfect as I was exiting church today. And I said to myself, today's a good day to boil crawfish. And the Lord said,